So it's Easter Day. These two followers of Jesus are walking home, and Jesus comes and starts walking with them. Now, they don't recognize him. That's on purpose. Jesus wants to teach them a lesson. And Jesus asks, "What are you guys talking about?" And they get a little sad. Don't you know what's going on? Jesus died. And he asks, "What? What are you talking about?" Now, I'm going to read a little bit of a longer chunk here, but there's a reason. This is from Luke 24. He was a prophet, Jesus, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the third day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning, but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see. Now, what is fascinating about this is that they have an answer. What are you talking about this? Who is this Jesus guy? And they say, this is who this Jesus guy is. He was a prophet. He's done miracles. We thought that he was the promised one. He died. And now some people say he's alive again. They had an answer. Now, how about you? Imagine that you are having a discussion about Jesus with a fellow believer, and someone who has no clue who Jesus is comes up and says, "What are you guys talking about?" Do you have an answer? This is one of the great benefits of having a creed. Now, in my church, we recite the Apostles' Creed and the Nicene Creed, well, one of the two almost every single week. We will yearly recite the Athanasian Creed, which is a little bit longer. And I would not suggest that you just start saying, "I believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. I believe in Jesus Christ." That's not going to be helpful. But what those creeds do is it gives you a skeleton to be able to talk about, what do I believe? It gives you a great form to follow. And I would suggest do memorize those creeds because they are helpful. But these guys, they knew what they believed. They knew what had happened, and they just are able to give a good summary. And that is useful as you talk about Jesus.